Well, it's June 22nd, 2024, and I'm painting a watermelon today in my studio. Watermelon, I live in Water Valley, Mississippi, and I've just moved here a year ago, but Water Valley supposedly has the largest watermelon festival in the world. And I have in my possession, and I need to let them go back to the original owner, several of the old watermelon carnival programs. This one is from 1937. The first watermelon carnival was in 1931, and it was the world, look at this, rulers of Watermelonia. This Betty, I don't know, this Billy Burke, the movie stars at that time. 1937, 1939 was when the original Wizard of Oz came out in theaters. Okay, I'm not going to read through all this. I'm just going to show you some of the. I'm just going to run through it. Mechanics Bank. That's now Bank First, but that's where I do my banking. It was founded in 1892, and this says till 1937. It actually, the Mechanics Bank was in service from 1892 and 2024. Early, it's now Bank First, but I believe that it was. So there's a lot of history in Water Valley, and history, although all of it's not my history, I'm fascinated by Hotel Trustee. The Trustee was a Trustee Diner for a while when I first came here. Bank of Water Valley was organized in 1882. This is an old town. We are proud. Parker's, 5 cent, 10 cent to $1 store. The 5 and dime. In fact, I have a little poem, if I can find it, about the 5 and dime. Anyway, I'm some of Water Valley's pioneers. Dr. William Simmons. The Simmons house is just right down a couple of houses away from me. It's still an old million, an old, almost antebellum. It may be an antebellum home, I don't know. Daniel Wagner. There's a Wagner building still in Water Valley. So this is just your typical advertisement. There are a few bits of information here. Oh, this is neat. Autographed messages from famous stars. This one's from Jean Harlow. Oh my gosh. With my kindest good wishes. Frankie Masters, Rita Rio, Jack Benny. Jack Benny. Oh my gosh. My dad and mom listened to Jack Benny. It made me want to scream. To Water Valley Chamber of Commerce with best wishes. Sincerely, Jack Benny. Buddy Fisher. That's neat. There's from a dairy that used to be here. Wish it was still here so I could paint the cows. Okay. The Silver Fleet. Let me see if I can find Water Valley here real fast. Okay, Water Valley if you see this little map that's being shown here, Water Valley, okay, I grew up right here in the southeast part of Missouri. I went to college at Ole Miss, and I would drive through Memphis to Oxford, which is about just an hour away from Memphis. And Water Valley is right here, about an hour and a half south of Memphis. So I think that's kind of neat. So this stretch right here is very familiar to me. I did not grow up here. This is the Mississippi River, apparently. Clarksdale is like on the Mississippi River, and I grew up just a couple of miles away from the Mississippi River in Missouri. So although I have not lived in the state of Mississippi all my life, I did grow up like almost right on the Mississippi River, very near anyway. Okay. Swift's Jewel Cowboys. This is an advertisement. They're going to be performing at the 1937 Water Valley Carnival at August 5th at 4 p.m. And the price is 20 cents or 35 cents, I guess, depending on maybe your age, maybe on your seat, maybe on your where you were seated, but 35 cents. Now, what does it cost to go to a concert? Astronomical. Oh, I love this. See if I can show you. This is an advertisement for a mattress. Look at that lady. She looks like Vanna White 150 years ago. Looks like Husk O'Hare was going to be there that night, too. And that was going to cost $2 to see him. I don't know who he was. And his Genial Gentleman of the Air, one of America's greatest dance bands. Boy, my parents loved dance bands. Moonlight Serenade. Okay. Well, I'm just, governor's message. I just saw my governor's wife while I was out eating breakfast this morning. At the time, it was Hugh White. I wonder, no. Okay. What has Water Valley to offer? By the mayor, W.E. Blackmer. The library here is named after him. Or no, it's on Blackmer Street. The watermelon. Commonplace as a watermelon is, few of us know its genealogy. This modest fruit is among the oldest known to man, dating far back beyond the Christian era. It is the melon of the scripture and was depicted in Egyptian paintings dating back to the time of the pyramids. The watermelon is a native of the tropics. It is supposed to have originated not far from history's first garden, the Garden of Eden. And though not the fruit Eve gave Adam that caused his downfall, who can contradict that our first parents enjoyed this marvelous fruit. The Valley of the Nile grew queens for the queens. Perhaps Cleopatra feasted on the melon and gave her heart to Anthony of old. is from South Africa, India, China, Japan, Egypt, North and South America, and the Isles of the Seas. In 1937, it was cultivated in every state in the Union except 2, Maine and New Hampshire. But at that time, the biggest production was from Florida, Georgia, Missouri, and Texas. I actually grew up in Missouri, and I remember watching the trucks would line up in the fields, and young teen boys with their shirts off would sling watermelons from the patch to the truck. Slinging watermelons. Hard job. The watermelon bears a descriptive name and quite a correct one. It is really a marvel because analysis reveals 93% water with 7% left for melon. 2% of the remaining 7 is said to be sugar, and 5% to hold the 95% of goodness together. Centuries ago, the valley of the Nile laid claim to the melon, but today another valley has captured its glory. While Watermelon Valley cannot claim to produce the largest melon in size or to grow the biggest quantities, it does claim to produce a quality melon that is unexcelled. I don't know that that's still any of that's still true, but in 1937 it was true. Okay, so there we go. All hail to the queens. The queen, here's the queen in 1931. Here's the queen in 1932. Here's the queen in 1933, 1934, and 1935. Okay, so that's a look at the Watermelon Carnival, at least as it was in this is interesting. Tri-State Queens, the beauties that are from Water Valley. This one right here, Doris Mae Barnes was Mrs. Tennessee. Frances Monroe was Miss Mississippi. Let's see. Clementine Bowen was Miss Arkansas. And Miss Frances Coker was Miss Water Valley Carnival Queen, elect in 1938. So I'm not quite sure what that means. But anyway, so there you have it, the 1937 Watermelon Carnival program.